high strip thing.
Survive 5.
Hall of Famer Tito Santana.
5 Wrestling Golden.
Stuff, just enjoy wrestling. All
Wedding by Gene Bro.
We're here with you for wrestling. What's your opinion? And
something like that than I have ever found. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's the Notorious ATB. It's still 510.
That's right.
And we're here with 5 segments. And after the week we've had, after the week and all of the news, I couldn't pass up starting off the show with a cross-examination.
Whoa, buddy.
What?
It's supposed to be tough enough.
I mean, dude, we've talked about this ruthless aggression crap
This isn't on
for weeks.
The call sheet.
We've talked about it enough. Nobody cares.
You know what? What would everybody else care about?
What?
Carrying Kross.
That's right. They do. And that's why we need to focus on carrying Kross. We can
Killer
talk about
Kross.
We can talk about some ruthless aggression garbage.
Killer Kross.
Killer Kross, yes. We'll talk about ruthless aggression next week. That's fine.
Tough enough next week.
But let's focus on carrying Kross, a man who has proven that he is tough enough. The fans love him.
True.
I want to hear "We Want Kross" chants everywhere.
Every company.
Yes, I want to hear him at TNA. I want to hear him at AEW, MLW, everywhere.
Let's hear it.
Because this is a worker who genuinely cares.
He deserves a job in the business.
He doesn't just deserve a job. He deserves a spotlight.
Yeah, he does. He's a good guy.
And that's why my pitch on what we need to do with Killer Kross. So we've been having Big Bill and Brian Keith for weeks try to get better because that's what Jericho told
For
him.
months at this point.
Months,
Yeah.
That's what the learning tree, Chris Jericho, told him that they needed to do.
They're not doing a great job, but they're out there.
So here's my pitch. Jericho shows up and tells them they're going to have a final exam next week live on Dynamite. He brings them out there. He does this final exam. He's constantly berating them, and they're both just standing there taking it. Lights go out. And then when they come back on, this final exam graphic that's on the screen changes to cross-examination.
Oh.
And with a K. Killer Kross. Killer Kross. That's Empire Records. Make it with a K, not a C, because my name's with a C. It's a movie.
I got you.
Okay. Anyways. But Kross debuts. He takes out Jericho with his new finishing move, the cross-examination.
That's right.
And then Big Bill and Brian Keith join in on the beat. They're siding with him.
And you've got the good soldiers.
And the good soldiers. These 3 guys are all standing together. And the next week, Jericho comes out and he wants to know why. Why did they turn? Why did they do that to him when he did all that he could to help them get better?
Yeah.
And again, he gets laid out. So the next week, Jericho is just backstage talking to Renee, and they start bullying him. They come in and just take over his time. It's now TV time with Killer Kross. It's not TV time with the learning tree. They kick him out. They take over his segments. They keep bullying him to the point of Jericho's kind of pitiful.
He's like bum ass Corbin, but he's bum ass Jericho.
That's right. And the 2 guys that pop in to help Jericho finally get a win against these 3 men, the Outrunners.
There you go.
Jericho and the Outrunners, they go off into their own fun little trios thing. Kross, Big Bill, and Brian Keith, they continue, and I want Killer Kross to look at them and say, I'm not your trios partner. Because I'm not here to be a trios star. But there's someone here who wants to take as much gold away from the people who turned his back as possible and reveal that their trios partner is the scapegoat, Jack Perry.
There you go. Jack is the leader of the trio.
Jack is in the trios with them, and Kross just leaves them. Kross is no longer affiliated. He's not there to start his faction. He's there to prove everybody else is better than they've been acting. He's there to make everyone better, to make the business better.
He's starting a cult in a roundabout way.
He's just making everybody up their game because that's what AEW originally was supposed to be about. That's what Killer Kross should be about. Let him come into AEW, and he's there to cause havoc and to make everybody better. What the Death Riders said they were there to do, but in a less boring way.
Yeah, just literally just creating havoc just for shits and giggles. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, make him it's kind of a creepy gimmick.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, if you like scary or creepy things, perhaps you should go see us when we're going to be there for our first media passes at Scarefest.
That's right.
There you go. October 17th to the 19th, 2025 at Central Bank Center in Lexington, Kentucky. We're going to have Chris Jericho and David Arquette there. That's the wrestling guest me and you were like, yeah.
And we're going to be there too.
We'll be there. Our friends from the Nostalgia Show,
that's right.
Blackburn and Eldred will be there.
They'll be there.
They're going to have Doug Bradley, Robert Englund, the cast reunion. Bill Mosley, a cast reunion from Monster Squad. Wolfman's got nards. Now, I'm really looking forward to Scarefest and that weekend. And we were just talking about Jericho and Big Bill.
We were. That's true. One
of the segments that we've discussed is, we have this tag team live, so we're going to be talking about tag teams a lot for the next couple of weeks. And Jericho was in it several times with partners. Yep. So let's talk about the Mount Rushmore of Chris Jericho tag team partners.
That's right. I'm going to let you start. Who do you got as your first head on the Mount Rushmore?
Lance Storm has to be his first.
Lance Storm, easy.
Easy pick.
Easy. We knocked that off. I want to throw in Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens is a solid pick. I'll go with Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens is fun too.
I guess I'll probably have to go with Sammy Guevara because they were fun.
Well, in lieu of Sammy Guevara, I would much rather take Christian as Jericho's partner.
Ralphus.
Big Show.
Ralphus. Jericho's personal security.
What about Jake Hager? It was a pick.
He's retired. I could have done. Yeah, he's retired now. Apparently,
it's not the only R-word Jake Hager fan.
I didn't say it. That was a Till 510 take.
Yeah.
So that 5 times.
Till 510 take.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it a few more times. I got it right the first time.
That's right. Now,
it's because we're a good tag team.
Well, we are a good tag team, and that's why we're really looking forward to this tag team live.
Yeah.
Jake Hager, he had some issues years ago because of some laws at the time. Now, recent laws have changed, and you are able to purchase quality THC products from our good friends at Green Hemp Company. They're rolling in the foothills of the Smokies from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. on Sundays. You can call him at 423-609-7138 or go see them in person at 25 East Andrew Johnson Highway, Suite 3 in Greenville, Tennessee. Tan, who should they go see at Green Hemp Company?
Donna, you should definitely go check out Hot Donna at Green Hemp Company, and she will show you all the good deals.
That's right. Good quality THC products from a brand that you can trust, rolling in the foothills of the Smokies.
That's right.
Now, we've been talking about tag teams, and we had kind of a miscommunication. So
we did have a bit of a miscommunication on this one.
Instead of going in depth on 3 teams for TNA,
yes,
total nonstop tag teams, let's talk about our top 5 TNA tag teams.
Okay.
So you go first.
Well, I think an easy number 1 for me is probably the Motor City Machine Guns. They were always there. Always loyal soldiers.
I'm going to go with AMW.
AMW is great. It was a toss-up to me between AMW and Beer Money. They're both in my top 5.
Yeah, they're both in my top 5 as well.
There's a toss-up.
I feel like our top 5s are going to be the same.
Outside of, I have Team 3D, and I know that you don't consider them a TNA team. I understand.
I'm going to put the Naturals
in there. That's a great pick.
Because Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas and Jimmy Hart, for that matter, and Shane Douglas, for that matter, were all important pieces in that early TNA phase. And Chris Candido. And X-Pac. And Candido's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Pull that out of the burn.
Wow.
Yeah, it was... The Naturals were a very important part for the first few years of TNA, and they don't get the credit.
And they were excellent, man. Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas.
I really felt like Chase Stevens could have been a
great workers, man.
Yeah.
Chase Stevens should have been a hell of a worker.
Absolutely.
I think, of course, we got to talk about LAX.
I'm saying Homicide and Hernandez is LAX. I don't really think that Pride and Power for LAX.
That's a whole different ballpark.
No.
Like, I think if someone would have voted for LAX.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I haven't thought about that. I wonder how many brackets we received that they were calling
I don't know.
interesting.
But if we're going to allow the Undisputed Era to count for the Kingdom or Red Dragon, I'll count any version of LAX you want to argue too.
Sure.
So on the live, it's free game for Amy, Pondwater, Juice, Danny, Bear. If Joe can make it, he'll be there. Yeah, it's just going to be a fun time there.
Fun times.
Yeah. Now, if you're somebody that's taking this current economy to try and do some renovations, but save the money that you can, perhaps you'd like to talk to our friends at Stover's Liquidation.
That's right. Stover's Liquidation. They've got liquidation and wholesale home improvement, truckload quantities available. You can find them at www.stoversliquidation.com, or you can go visit them at the Oak Ridge location at 481 Tulsa Road in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Call them at 865-523-4449.
Go see our friends at
Stover's
Stover's.
Liquidation. Tell them till 5 cents you, for God's sakes. There you go.
There you go. So, Notoriously Legendary has been kind of a segment where I get to talk about teams that are people that I feel deserve more credit than they got.
We're in very much agreement on this.
I was very upset that Doom didn't make the tournament.
I know. Well, let's go ahead and pop the graphic
Yeah.
up for it. Doom. I love this graphic you've done.
Notoriously Legendary, Doom. They didn't have a lot of tag team title wins. They weren't tag team for long.
They weren't. They were from 1989 to 92. Or 91, actually.
Yeah. Butch Reed and Ron Simmons in Jim Crockett Promotions.
Originally managed by a woman, Nancy Benoit.
Yes. And they wore masks.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up costing the Steiner brothers the tag team titles to the Freebirds. Ironically, that would be who Doom would drop their tag team titles to when they lost the belts, would be the Freebirds.
Yeah, I wrote that down. They had legendary feuds with the Freebirds and the Steiners.
But just that the Freebirds kind of bookended their tag team.
That's interesting.
Lots of great matches with the Steiners.
Great matches with the Rock and Roll Express.
They teamed after they split up once.
Did they?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Because they split up and then they teamed again at Starrcade against Bam Bam Bigelow and Terry Gordy.
I didn't know that. Is that a thing?
I gotta look it up now.
Calling an audible here. This is
it happens, dude.
news to me.
Where'd it go? Bam Bam Bigelow and Big Van Vader.
Wow.
Yes.
But that was a blast.
That was their last tag team match, and then Butch Reed turned on Ron Simmons. Teddy Long went with Butch Reed. And then they finally had a blow off in the Thunderdome at Super Brawl. It was just and Butch Reed would go back to the WWF. Teddy would end up appearing as a manager once Ron Simmons was champion. He would help manage Ron Simmons.
Then he managed Fire and Ice later on.
Yeah. Well, this is Doom, not Fire and Ice.
Well, this is later on. You understand what he was doing later.
Anyways, Doom is a tag team that I feel like everybody needs to go back and watch.
Excellent tag team.
Very
stiff.
Originally, they weren't supposed to drop the belts to the Freebirds, according to Teddy Long. They were told that they would have to drop the belts on a house show.
Interesting.
To Arn Anderson and Ric Flair.
That would have been. I don't think Arn and Rick ever won the tag title together, did they?
Doom walked out.
Wow.
Because there had been no build, there was no reason to drop it.
So they said, "Hell no."
Nope. They just left. Yeah, and back in the day, Butch Reed would get on to Teddy and Ron for breaking kayfabe and signing autographs because they were heels. They ain't supposed to like them little signing autographs. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, and they even reunited a couple of times on WWF television.
Well, in part of my childhood, Teddy Long had a bachelor party during your favorite era, the Ruthless Aggression era. And guess who were his groomsmen, dude? It was Butch Reed and Ron Simmons.
Wait. So he brought the Doom?
He brought the Doom. Doom! Good callback.
Yeah.
That's for you.
Congratulations, Danny, on your forthcoming
Hey,
wedding.
congrats, Danny. Enjoy Ireland, dude.
Yeah. Now, Doom was a lot of fun. I feel like they were very stressful for anybody that had to deal with it.
Yeah, because they were hurting people, dude. So they were the original Earth Syndicate, basically. They were hurting people out there.
They were. Now, if you're somebody that's a little stressed out, your first inclination is probably going to be for a cigarette.
But it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. No. Because what you really need to do is you need to go see our good friends at Magic Vapor Shop. Now, let me tell you something, bro. They've been helping people quit smoking since 2013. You can go to any Magic Vapor Shop location. You can go to one, you can see till 510, and you can buy the Hulk Hogan vapes, brother. You can get the Hollywood vapes. You can get Blue Mint Raz. You can get peach rings. You can get all sorts of vapes. You can go to Magic Vapor Shop in Nicholasville, in Somerset, in London, Kentucky, in Corbin, Kentucky, all over the state. And what you're going to do when you go to magicvaporshop.com and the vapes go running wild on you.
What you gonna do, Till Fibers, when Magic Vapor Shop runs wild on you?
That's right. You know, they've got the Hogan vapes in stores now.
That's true. They sure
I've
do.
heard really good things about the Hollywood ones.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I like them. They're pretty good. Well, we should have ended the show on that. That was great.
Well, look, I mean, we don't end the show on the Bills. We end the show on a flip side face-off.
That's true. And we talked about it last week, potentially doing this.
Yeah, well-
Undisputed Era and DX.
Yeah, and that is Shawn Michaels there with all of them. So.
You gotta get him in there somehow.
Yeah.
Shift through Tori and Hornswoggle in there too.
I don't count Tori as part of DX.
She was though.
No. All right.
All right. Well, where do you want to start, with DX or Undisputed Era?
Start with them. Tell me why I should care about these guys versus DX. Because I really think it's going to be hard to convince me that Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong are as important, talented, or prestigious as Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and X-Pac.
And Tori. Well, here's the thing about Tori. No, I'm just kidding. No, and I'm not going to be able to convince you of that. The reason that we did this flip side face-off this week is not to argue which of these, because it's clear that DX is more influential and the better group and had way more longevity.
Speaking of our tag team,
Mm-hmm.
did you notice that the randomizer dropped DX, Triple H, and HBK against the New Age Outlaws in the first round?
Yep.
That will be interesting.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, anywho, there's your one per episode. The point is, the comparison here is easy. This was a Shawn Michaels and Triple H creation, basically, the Undisputed Era anyway. So the comparison is there.
Well, they were kind of...
Not with Adam Cole, though, they weren't.
No.
Red Dragon was a thing.
Well, but you had the Kingdom with Adam Cole. You had that leadership, arrogant role.
Not like that, though.
No, but you brought them together.
You brought Red Dragon together, which at the time
Because
for
Red
me,
Dragon, neither one
as
of those guys
a
could
Ring
have
of
done it.
Honor fan, at the time of Ring of Honor, they both left. Kyle and Adam were in a blood feud.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting to
Well,
watch that takeover in Brooklyn the night that they debuted as a trio.
it's like Steen and Jericho.
Yeah.
Now, they're always intertwined.
Yeah.
I really thought we would get more of a split, but Adam's injuries have kind of hindered that, I feel like.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it again. But it was Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. They left Ring of Honor, joined NXT. They debuted, attacked Sanity, and then later on, that's where Adam Cole debuted. They attacked Drew McIntyre while he was NXT champion.
I didn't watch NXT.
It was really good back then. Bobby Fish was very injury prone though during this time, and constantly just kept getting injured. So they brought in Roderick Strong to
Well, that was the perfect, flow.
perfect guy. It was actually even better once Roderick Strong got there, as things usually are.
Well, Roddy's a great worker. I
But
like
eventually,
Roddy.
as it is, Adam Cole would betray O'Reilly and Strong, leading to a O'Reilly and Cole feud
Of course.
once
'cause
again.
We need that again.
And once that feud was over and O'Reilly got the rub, they both jumped ship and they went to AEW, where they would reform again in a roundabout way.
They split up and get back together.
Yeah.
That's what they always do.
It's a toxic relationship between
Well, the
Duke and
guys work
Shock.
together great.
Yeah, they do.
So,
They do.
I get it.
And Strong fits right in there with them.
Yeah.
When Bobby Fish is around, he fits right in there with
Mhm.
them. He does. He's great, man.
Yeah.
Love Bobby the Fish. But yeah, that's what you can say about the Undisputed, they basically ruled NXT. They didn't rule AEW. Injury issues, Adam Cole didn't pan out, and they kept dropping. Nothing was getting over, so that didn't pan out. And anyway, they tried to package it.
They were the top draw on the C show for the WWE.
That's true.
Now let's talk about DX.
Let's talk about DX.
How many times Shawn Michaels won the world title?
79. Not as many as Bret Hart.
How many times Triple H won the world title?
Not as many as
more times than
John Cena.
No, not as many as
I think Triple H has a 15 times. 14.
Yeah, it's 14. According to our.
What's Shawn? 4 or 5?
I think 6.
So you got a 6?
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
there you go.
Oh.
Well, anywho.
Yeah, there we are again. So with DX, you've got multiple world champions.
You do, yeah.
You've got multiple tag team champions because Xbox held them
with Kane,
and
with Road Dogg, I think once when Billy
probably Billy and Road Dogg obviously have held them several times, even apart.
Yep. Former cruiserweight champion Hornswoggle and Xbox.
Former women's world champion Chyna.
And Tori.
She was on.
Tori was not women's champion. I don't know. They gave it to everybody back then. Harvey Wibbleman was
probably a hardcore title or something.
I'm sure Tori was hardcore champion.
Everybody got that once.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I got that once.
Chyna was Intercontinental champion.
That she was. Yeah. Beating Chris Jericho.
In fact.
And Jeff Jarrett.
In fact, every single person in this group
has been
Intercontinental champion.
There we go. So it's agreed. DX.
Isn't that cool? Even Rick Rude.
Yeah. Except for Tori.
And Hornswoggle, but
well, they're not in that division, so they can't win.
Every one of these guys has been I'm pretty sure Road Dogg's been Intercontinental champ.
Yeah, yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't even realize that till right now.
So it's official. DX is.
Yeah, you don't have to go into their history. You guys know about DX.
So you got the segment you wanted. The flip side face off where we established that DX is better.
Well, I told you that.
We don't
that
need
was
a ruthless
before.
aggression.
I thought they were. That has nothing to do with fucking ruthless aggression.
See, you got what you want. You happy now?
No. Fuck
what do you want?
I want to say one thing to the viewers.
Bill Goldberg.
Hold on, Mark. Hey, Marks. I need to give a message to you, Hill Fivers. Fuck Bill Goldberg. Now, then, and forever. I fucked it up. But it doesn't matter because you get the point. Is that right?
Okay.
Is that right? Fuck Bill Goldberg. Is that
there
right?
We go. There's our
Fuck
line.
Bill
You got
Goldberg.
to say it right. There you go.
Fucking Marks.